We'll start in a couple of minutes, guys. We're going to probably do this session for no more than about 30 minutes. I have to catch a flight to New York. We're doing the Rachel Ray show tomorrow for the Clean and Lean. So we tape it tomorrow, guys. And Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta has done Clean and Lean, so she's going to be on with me. Awesome. And it will air on April 18th on the Rachel Ray show. So set your DVR for April 18th, Rachel Ray. You'll have me, Rachel, Cynthia Bailey talking about Clean and Lean.
I'm totally writing that down.
Okay, let's start.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So I'm going to go through some of these questions. And yeah. All right. So first question I have is about fasting. And someone said, in my research on intermittent fasting, I learned it's best to exercise in a fasted state. Do you agree with this? And can you kind of elaborate on some of the benefits of it?
So I'll make all my answers concise so we can kind of get through all the questions.
Nice.
Listen, when you're in a fasted state, you have to be careful because obviously you don't have that easy, accessible energy on board. So you may feel a little exhausted. So I'm not saying you can't exercise during the fasted state, but you really have to listen to your body. You don't want to push yourself like you would had you had a pre-workout meal and you went to the gym or you started your workout after some type of nutritional intake. But if you are in a fasted state and you work out, your body obviously is going to go first into your muscle stores to get the glycogen, which is the storage form of glucose. When it depletes the glycogen, then it's going to go into your fat and break down your fat. So working out in a fasted state is a pretty efficient way to start going into their fat stores to take that energy out. But my caveat to you is just be careful. Don't overdo it. Make sure you're hydrated and listen to your body.
Great. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So kind of to touch a little bit more on fasting, someone said in the past shred plans, it was emphasized to eat something within an hour of getting up to get your metabolism going. But now with intermittent fasting, depending on the person, it's a little different. So why is this different from plan to plan?
So Clean and Lean is clean eating meets intermittent fasting. Very different than Shred. Shred basically is a 6-week program where you go on a calorie roller coaster, you go on an exercise roller coaster. By that I mean you switch up all the time what you're eating and how you're moving. This is a very different plan. So yes, in Shred, I said make sure you have your first meal within an hour because that particular way of eating demanded that you have that energy input right away. Because we're doing Clean and Lean and we're doing intermittent fasting, for sure, it's not about whether or not you eat right within an hour of getting up. It's about when you set your fasting period. So if you want to set your fasting period an hour, starting an hour after you get up, make sure on the back end, though, you have to cut it off earlier in the evening. So once again, for this plan to work in a maximal way, please respect your feeding and fasting times because that is as much as part of the plan as eating the clean foods.
Love it. And would you say that it's okay to alter between the ratios for your feeding schedule day to day or week to week? Or do you think that it's beneficial to stick with, one feeding window and kind of use that throughout the week?
Here's my suggestion to you guys. Start with a window that is conservative. That means give yourself a bigger feeding window and a smaller fasting window. If you are able to handle that pretty easily, then go into a smaller feeding window and a bigger fasting window. So basically start conservatively and then get more aggressive. But here's the key. Make sure you can stick to it. Don't do it if all of a sudden you say, well, I just had a sandwich or I had a snack, because that is breaking the fast. So my recommendation is find one, do it for at least a week. Do not switch your windows every other day. It will not be effective. You need to be on a particular schedule for at least a week. If you decide you want to switch it, make it more difficult or make it less difficult, then you make the switch.
That totally simplifies things too. I love that.
Yeah. Welcome, Pauline. I see Pauline. Pauline, if you have any questions, just type your questions at the bottom of the screen. It says chat, and you can type a question there. Okay, Pauline? And I see you have a helper there too. Good.
Hey, Pauline. All right, switching gears a little bit over to foods. Someone asked, I've read that dairy is not your friend and should be avoided, but we're allowed to have cheese. Can you explain why?
Guys, listen, dairy is wonderful. I don't know why dairy has gotten such a bad rap. Dairy has calcium, it has protein, it has vitamin D. Dairy is wonderful. Now, not everyone genetically, physiologically can agree with dairy for all kinds of reasons. If you individually, it doesn't work for you, it doesn't agree with you, I understand that. You don't have to have it. But please do not fall into the popular trend of vilifying dairy when dairy is very important to us, especially dairy that is good dairy, antibiotic-free, hormone-free. You want to make sure that's clean dairy, but dairy is wonderful. And so please do not fall into the trap that dairy is bad. You can have cheese, you can have milk, make cottage cheese, but make sure, particularly for Clean and 20, for Clean and Lean, make sure that it's organic. I don't typically say get organic things, but because we're trying to reduce the processed ingredients, you want to get organic dairy for this particular plan.
Okay, thank you. So touching on that, how do you feel about wine in the plan?
Yes, I'm loving this. Pauline is getting her hair done.
I know, I'm seeing this.
I love it. Okay, so here's the deal. Wine is a no-go for the 30 days. If you are a purist, but guys, remember, I always say to you guys, no one's perfect. The plan doesn't ask you to be perfect. If you want to have a glass of wine, and not a bottle of wine, if you want to have a glass of wine, is that going to really have such a negative impact on your results that you shouldn't do it? No, not at all. There are those who want to stick to the letter. There are those who say, you know what, I want to make some accommodations, and this is what my plans are all about, being flexible, accommodating you to some degree, and making you feel like you can customize it. So you want a glass of wine. Rachel Ray is going to say when we get on the show tomorrow, that airs on the 18th, Rachel's going to say to me in studio, I'm going to have my wine, Dr. no matter what. After wine.
Awesome. Thank you for that clarity. I have a question on a special condition, a diabetic special condition.
Let's do this, Ashley. Sorry. Let's take, yes. If people are typing in questions who are in the group right now, let's answer their questions, some of their questions, and then we'll go back to some of the.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's see. I have thank yous. Let's see. Okay. Not too many questions in the chat.
Okay.
I have one saying, does turkey bacon have to be organic or does it have to just be nitrate free?
So ideally, once again, here we go. Ideally, you want your food to be as clean as possible. So getting organic turkey bacon will make a difference to make sure that you are having those additives. But if you can't find organic turkey bacon, if it's too expensive, then at least make sure that it's nitrate free and that the turkey bacon, that the animal was raised in a pasture-centered or, without cages, without, bad feed. You want it to be grass-fed. Like look for these kind of things when finding your meat or your pork. Make sure that it's grass-fed. Make sure that it's not caged. Make sure that it's farm-raised. Make sure that it's pasture-centered. All these buzzwords tell you how the animal was raised.
Definitely. And just for people who've recently joined us, so you can continue to ask questions by clicking the chat button at the bottom of the screen, and you can type your questions since we can't hear you. So as we go through this, you have more questions, feel free to type in that chat.
I just want to say while you look at the next question, Ashley, you guys are doing such a great job on the app. Please continue to post on the app, engage on the app. I have a whole new plan for you guys coming up. I'm going to actually so when Clean and Lean is going to be over in 30 days, and you of course can do as much as you want, I'm going to put other plans on the app so you can just very seamlessly go from doing Clean and Lean to maybe doing Clean 20 to doing Shred. So you're going to have access to all different plans that you can decide when you want to do them. You can do a 3-day power cleanse. So please, this is just the first iteration of the app. In the next couple of weeks, it's going to be bigger and better, and you are going to love it.
So excited. Awesome. Cool. Switching gears over a little bit into exercise. I had somebody ask about rest days and if they are able to still exercise on the rest days. And if they do that, do they necessarily have to have a rest day later in the week? Or if they're feeling like they have the energy, can they just continue to exercise even when it's a prescribed rest day?
Guys, here is the purpose of a rest day. A rest day is recovery. Even though you may not feel exhausted, your muscles are being broken down when you work out. That's how muscles grow, by the way. We break them down, they repair, and they get bigger and stronger. So even if you don't feel like you need a rest day, if you did something that's strenuous on your legs need to recover. And so I build in rest days for you guys so you allow your body to recover. Also, your mind needs to recover sometimes. Sometimes you just need a break. But if you're aggressive and ambitious and you still want to do something on your rest day, walk. Don't run, don't do sprints, but take a nice brisk walk or keep track of your steps for that day. That is completely acceptable on a rest day. More steps, but please don't overdo it because you're going to injure yourself and not give your body time to recover.
Awesome. Touching a little bit more on that, is eating clean without exercise enough to lose weight? What would you say about that?
You can eat clean, and the vast majority of people are going to lose weight. Absolutely. That's what the Clean 20 is, really. The Clean 20, the book before this, was about eating cleaner and not really focusing on exercise, though there was exercise in the plan. Clean and Lean says, we're going to take 3 things and really maximize our results, which is why you can lose up to 15 pounds in 30 days. First, we're going to eat clean, get rid of all those processed ingredients that are disrupting our hormones, that are causing us to gain weight or preventing us from losing weight. The second thing we're going to do is intermittent fasting. We're going to drive our body into those fat stores to take the energy that it needs because we're not getting it from food during that fasting state. And the third thing is the exercise part of this. There is a lot of exercise in this book, a lot of description of exercise in this book, and in the app, the videos, because I want you guys to realize if you want to maximize your results, when you exercise, you take it to a whole nother level. Yes, you're going to lose weight just by eating cleaner. Yes, you're going to lose weight just by eating cleaner and doing intermittent fasting. But the most weight you're going to lose, the best you're going to look, is by doing all 3, adding the exercise. And exercise, there are different levels. There's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Do what works for you.
Awesome. Thank you. Mary Ellen is asking right now if she has the app, do I need to read the book when it arrives as well?
The app has everything in it, but the book, I think, my opinion is the book is something you can sit down and really go through it, go through some of the explanations I give you in the book. I talk about vitamins, I talk about process, I give you tips. Yes, you can see those on your phone, but having it and being able to mark it on the book and make notes and reading also the beginning daily thought of your day, I think is very helpful. So I'm a book person. I love the feel and smell and touch of books. So I would say it is a helpful thing to have the book, but you could do without the book, but the book really helps the whole kind of kit and caboodle for what you're trying to do.
I agree. I think it brings everything together. It's very comprehensive. So it's definitely helpful to have the book. Okay, let's looking at the chat really quick. Okay. Moving over, I have a question about a special condition some people have. Do you have any suggestions for type 2 diabetic whose blood sugar drops while following the program? What type of clean foods would be a fast-acting solution here?
Well, first of all, the fact that your blood sugar is dropping by eating better and exercising is what we're trying to do. That's a good thing. People always focus on weight, but I always say in most of my programs, you're also going to drop your blood sugar levels, particularly those who need to drop them. But of course, if you're a diabetic and you're on medication, you don't want to drop your blood sugars too low. So what I recommend, number 1, is talk to your doctor. Let your doctor or healthcare professional know that you're doing a plan, a natural plan that's making you eat better and move better, and you're going to be lowering your blood sugars, because your doctor may need to adjust your medications accordingly, whether it's insulin or whether it's pills. The second thing is, if you're in need, and your doctors will tell you this, you grab a piece of fruit. Orange, for example, is the classic thing to eat if your blood sugars go too low and you need to get your blood sugars fast. So something like oranges or other types of fruits, berries, can help you get that quick influx of sugar if your blood sugars go too low. Talk to your doctor, of course, but having a low blood sugar is a good indicator that your body is responding to the changes, and that's what we want.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Kim, you have no questions? Libby, no questions?
Come on, guys. I have one question here from, is it Kim Cunningham?
Yes.
She says, I do HIIT training 3 days per week and 2 days of strength. How does this training pair with clean and lean?
First of all, I love that combination. That is the right combination. I don't believe you should do HIIT every day. I think 3 times a week of HIIT, if you do it correctly, is absolutely enough. What people leave out is the strength training, because what we're also trying to do is build the lean muscle mass, not big, huge muscles, but we want to build lean muscle mass, particularly for women as they get older. And aging women forget this, or their trainers don't stress this enough. When you're building lean muscle mass, you are increasing your metabolism, because now your body has to feed muscle. Muscle is very hungry. It's very greedy. And so it means it's going to sop up all these calories that you're eating because it needs to be fed well. So the more muscle or strength training you do, or resistance training, the more lean muscle mass you have, the greater your metabolism, the more calories you burn, even just at rest. Just sitting here, your muscles need to be fed and to stay healthy. So Kim, that is a great combination. I think it's completely fine to do it with clean and lean, obviously. I would make one suggestion, however. When you're doing your resistance training, don't do your resistance training in the fasting state. I would do that while you're in one of your feeding times, because I do believe when doing resistance training, you do need to have calories and sugar on board to be able to give you the energy you need to complete the exercises.
Awesome. Thank you. I have another question here about specific food in the plan. Someone said, I feel like there's a lot of bread suggested in the meal plan. How can that be good for me? What's your take on bread?
Well, once again, bread and carbs, people have vilified bread, and there's certain people who respond to bread in a bad way. They gain weight, it raises their blood sugars. You have to know who you are and how you respond to bread, okay? But in the book, I talk about 100%, let's be clear, it has to say 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat bread. That bread has lower glycemic index, it's whole grains, it gives you nutrients, it's not like the refined grains that you find in white bread. So first of all, there's bread in there, but the particular bread we're using is healthier bread. Now, if you don't want to consume bread, don't consume it. Listen, this plan is about flexibility. I'm not saying you have to have bread. If you want to have your turkey burger without a bun, hey, more power to you. Some people like bread and they want to have bread. And what I try to do in all my plans is not deprive you completely of something that you may enjoy, but to give you maybe, if possible, healthier options. So yes, there is bread on this plan. A lot of plans don't let you have bread, but pay attention to the particular type of bread you're allowed to have.
Awesome. Sandra Gonzalez just asked thoughts on corn tortillas to kind of follow up with that.
Yeah. So corn tortillas are allowed. I would make sure that they are organic corn tortillas, which exist. Once again, because we're trying to stay away from added ingredients. We don't want sugars. We don't want all these preservatives. So get organic tortillas. That is completely fine. They also have, I like, whole grain tortillas. They have a whole grain tortilla. So I would veer in that direction. But once again, we're just trying to make healthier options. We're not trying to be perfect, because no one's perfect, but to make healthier options.
Love it. Somebody asked something about fasting. Can you take supplements during a fast?
Yes, you can take supplements during your fast. They're supplements. However, I want to caution you guys, be careful of the supplements you take in general. Supplements are largely unregulated. The FDA does not regulate supplements for all kinds of reasons we can discuss in another conversation. But just when you read these headlines of this supplement's great, that supplement, listen, you got to do your research, even talk to your doctor and say, listen, I want to take this, I want to take that. Because people think just because they're supplements, they're going to be healthy. But a lot of studies show a lot of these supplements don't give you all that they say they give you, that the labeling does not match what's inside of the bottle as far as how much of the substance they say you're going to get. So just, be a little skeptical about supplements. You can still have them, but try to talk to someone who knows about them, whether in a healthcare store or a healthcare professional, to make sure you're getting what you need.
Definitely. Okay, checking the chat really quick to see if there's any updated. Oop, Libby. Is there any downside to taking turmeric during this program? It seems to help with my knee inflammation.
Zero.
Okay.
Things like that are completely allowed. Spices, herbs,
Nice.
have at it, enjoy it. One thing I will say is that when you are if you're on medications, always tell your doctor if you're going to take herbs and supplements, because they sometimes can cross-react or they can superpotentiate, which means if you're on something that, if you're trying to lower your blood pressure and you're on blood pressure medication and you're taking supplements, those supplements may also act to lower your blood pressure, and therefore the additive effect may be you're lowering it too much. So always tell your healthcare provider if you're also taking supplements.
Awesome. Okay, I've got another question here about plateauing. How long should I wait if I'm on a plateau to make changes, and what kind of adjustments do you suggest are needed here?
I would say that keep doing what you're doing for 2 to 3 days if you think you're at a plateau. And if you don't break through the plateau, then you turn both ends up, which means you turn up the exercise and you reduce the calories. So you turn both ends up, and that typically will help you break through the plateau.
All right, awesome.
We'll take like 3 more questions, and I have to shower and get ready to go to the airport. But this is great. I love this. We should do this more often.
This is awesome. I agree. This is super fun. Let me see. I have another question here. Out of all your plans, which would you say is the best for someone who is 50 years old, female, and approximately 50 pounds overweight?
Wow. You're asking me to choose a child? You don't ask the parent which child they like the best. I would say that, SHRED is, and I think Kim will agree with me, SHRED is a foundational program. SHRED is a program where it allows you to break into more regimenting how you eat. It's not too harsh. It's up and down. It takes you in gradually. I think SHRED is a great place to start. After SHRED, and I recommend doing different programs, by the way, because not everyone responds the same way to a program. And even you will get accustomed to doing the same program. But after SHRED, then I would get into one of the clean programs, because I think what that will do is it'll turn it up a notch to get your body to still lose weight. Remember, your body does not want to lose weight. Your body gets adjusted to a certain weight and it wants to stay that way. It doesn't want to exert energy. So what we need to do constantly, guys, through our eating and through our exercise, is to keep challenging the body. We challenge it and challenge it. And when the body is challenged, then the body has to work harder, and the body then consumes more calories, and then you're able to lose weight.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry to make you choose. That's great. Okay, and then we've got a couple questions on the chat, or someone just really saying they had success. Nice. SHRED for my baseline. Nice. Favorite recipes from the book?
So in Clean and Lean, we don't have a lot of recipes, which is why I published the official Clean and Lean recipe book. If you guys don't have it, please, I'm making a plea to you, download it. I think it's like $6, $5, whatever. Download it. It has more than 30 recipes. They're fun recipes. They're affordable. I like to cook. I like to follow recipes. So it's a lot of fun. It's healthy and it's tasty. So Clean and Lean has like a mayo recipe, a ketchup recipe, and some other condiments, which are important, by the way. But really get the official Clean and Lean recipe book. You can download it or get the paperback. It's on Amazon only. But check it out. Those are great recipes. And I think that what we'll do also is every once in a while, I'll post a recipe in the app for those of you who are in the app, so that, you can try something, maybe a recipe of the week. But definitely try to get the book. It's a lot of fun. It's easy, and people love the recipes inside of it.
Awesome. Thank you. A lot of you have been asking about recipes, so that's a really great piece of information to know that there's a recipe book as well. I think that's it with all the questions. That's awesome.
Guys,
Thank you.
Guys, let me tell you something. I am so excited for you guys. You guys are awesome. I love seeing you guys in the app. Please keep posting. Have your friends join us. Listen, join for the free trial. They get it 7 days free. You guys know me. It's not about your money. It's about you guys taking advantage of what is best for you. If you don't want to continue the app, don't do it. You know, I do tons of stuff for free. You guys know that. The Facebook groups are all free. I don't charge. I'm always in there. But the app is something that you can take with you on vacation. You can go to work. It's always in your hand, which is why I love the app. So if you want to look at you don't have to carry the book with you. If you want to see what your meal is today, what your activity is, where you are, it's wonderful. Keep checking in the app. Next week, we're going to start a contest within the app. And so we're going to do a leaderboard contest, which is going to be fun. Take advantage of Ashley and Coach John. They are awesome. And please, please, please let others know to come join us. And I love you guys. And Rachel Ray will air on April 18th. Set your DVRs. I'm taping it tomorrow in New York. Good Morning America and The View will be on the 9th. I'll be on Good Morning America and The View on the 9th. And then on the 10th, I'll be on Strahan and Sarah. And then I'll be on Fox and Friends the next week. I'll let you know before then. So anyway, thanks.
Oh, man. Good luck to you. Safe travels.
Okay.
Thank
take care.
you.
See you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.